Kings Dominion just gave us all the details about their newest record-breaking roller coaster that's coming in 2025, and I'm going to share with you all of my thoughts on this coaster and why it's the right fit for KD, followed by why I predict that Project 2025 will be the stepping stone to a very busy end of the decade for Kings Dominion, because I predict that their next coaster after Rapterra will be sooner than you think. My name is Brandon and welcome to Theme Park Recommendations. I'm really glad you're here, and Kings Dominion is a fantastic park. If you've never been, then in 2025, you definitely have to make a visit to this great park, because the Richmond, Virginia park is about to open up Rapterra, a brand new launched B&M record-breaking coaster. And just to give you an idea of how large this coaster is, let's go over some of the stats. The tallest point of the ride is 145 feet, the launch speed is 65 miles an hour, and you're going to encounter 3 different inversions throughout the ride, the first one being a dive loop, then a flat spin corkscrew, followed by a 360-degree Raptor roll. The total length of the coaster is 3,086 feet. Duration of the ride is 89 seconds. It's going to feature only 2 trains with 20 riders per train. Now, analyzing this layout, I gotta say, I really like it. It's pretty twisted. It's bigger than I was anticipating, and I really love the different elements that are more like unique for a wing coaster, because it's not just inversion focused. And I think that's really important for Kings Dominion and this coaster, because not everyone likes to get flipped upside down 6 or 7 different times. So with that being said, the first element you don't even go upside down on, which is unique for a wing coaster, especially the launched one like Thunderbird at Holiday World, because it launches you right into an inversion. So I do like this almost like wave turn, if you will, that's going to really create some really cool sensations, and it's going to tower over the Jungle Expedition area of the park. So I really like that, and I just feel like this layout has a great mix of everything you really want in a wing coaster. So kudos for B&M and Kings Dominion for really creating a solid layout that the GP is going to absolutely love. Another thing that I really like about this coaster is the name, Rapterra. It's cute, it's intriguing, it's kind of sounds like, you know, a little bit intimidating, so I really like it. I love the logo, and the overall theme of the coaster I'm a huge fan of. So good job to Kings Dominion, because Rapterra looks great, and I just feel like it's really cool. Now we just need to know what Project 305 and the Backlot Stunt Coaster is going to be rethemed to, and even Flight of Fear for that matter. So hopefully we find out more information on those things later on, maybe next month hopefully, but soon. I also really like how the train launches you. As soon as the train rolls into the launch area, you don't stop according to the animation, and I think that's really intriguing and great, because Volcano didn't stop either. So I really like that, paying homage to Volcano if the train doesn't stop. Again, this is animation, anything could change, but I really do like that you just kind of make that little turn and all of a sudden you roll into the launch and then you just go. So that's really cool. And I touched on this earlier in the video. I really like the unique elements for this coaster. I think it's a benefit for Kings Dominion for Rapterra to offer more than just inversions. So I think it's a really great mix and blend of elements, and that's only going to be a benefit for this coaster. Now my biggest question is Rapterra a good Volcano replacement? Because Volcano, the intimate inverted coaster, was fantastic and was probably my favorite ride there, just behind Project 305 or Intimidator. I just feel like this is a really good move for Kings Dominion. And obviously I don't think this would be more fun for me than Volcano was, but for the park itself to grow in the future, for Kings Dominion to get more new rides in the coming years, Rapterra makes perfect sense. And I love how they're going to reuse part of Volcano's queue line for this attraction. So kudos to Kings Dominion. Now let's talk about my dislikes for Rapterra. And there's only 2 really. One is capacity, 2 trains, 20 riders per train. I feel like this should have been a 3-train operation ride, considering that most coasters at Kings Dominion only run 2 trains. And if they're trying to grow the park in the future to increase the attendance of the park, you should have this coaster feature 3 trains. But who knows? And my biggest dislike with this new coaster is, where the hell are the near-miss elements? I mean, the whole point of a wing coaster is feel like you're gonna hit something while you're riding the ride. It really adds to the ride experience. So I am shocked that they did not learn from Dollywood and not build any type of near-miss element. I mean, look at Thunderbird or X-Flight or even Gatekeeper. Something would have been really better than nothing for this. And they do have some theming right in the launch area of the track, which is great and all, but I really feel like Rapterra would offer a better ride experience if it had a near-miss element or 2 throughout the rest of the ride's layout. And who knows, maybe down the road, before the ride opens up, they'll add 1 or 2. Hopefully so, because it does add so much more to these wing coasters. Now, before I get into my predictions, I just want to say I hope you're having a blessed day and a great day. Remember to smile and be positive, and I really hope that your summer is filled with roller coasters and theme parks and great fun memories. Now let's get to those predictions. Now, this prediction might sound kind of crazy to you, but I predict that Rapterra will become the most popular ride at Kings Dominion. And why I say that is, the GP are going to eat this coaster up. While you and I probably will think that Twisted Timbers and Project 305 is a better ride, this coaster has GP written all over it, and it's going to be extremely popular and very re-rideable. But here's a question that I have for you. This layout that you can see right here was the original leaked layout for Kings Dominion's wing coaster probably around 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm really happy that this ride did not get built, because this ride here would have been located in the exact same spot as Rapterra, but offer a much shorter ride experience and features a lift hill. So I personally like Rapterra's layout and elements much better than this one. So I'm really excited that this is a better overall layout than the original planned one that was going to go into this location. I predict that after Rapterra, Kings Dominion is going to be aggressively adding new attractions in the coming years, because I really feel like this is the first piece of many in the future. And I could easily see Kings Dominion redoing their front gate. This front gate, it just doesn't have really much charm anymore. It could definitely be modernized to make way for a newer entrance that's better with capacity as far as the entrance and exit experience goes for the park guest. So I definitely see a new front gate coming to the park soon, as well as I predict Soak City will be adding a major new slide in the next year or 2. And I would not be surprised at all if we would see a water coaster just like what Kings Island's about to announce open up at Kings Dominion maybe by 2026, 2027. Another huge thing that I'm going to predict, and I really hope I'm right, and I'm never always right on my predictions, and I get that, but wouldn't it be nice if Kings Dominion would purchase brand new trains for Project 305 whenever they announce the new theme as well as a new name for this coaster? New trains on this ride would only be a benefit in my opinion, and especially with the new Intamin lap bar restraints as far as they go over your head like Velocicoaster, but you don't have the straps around your neck. You feel much more open. And riding Project 305 with a train like Velocicoaster or even Pantheon, that would be really cool. Like, I would be all in for that, and I'm sure most of us would be as well. But here's the big thing. After that, in 2028, maybe 2029, definitely before 2030, that I predict Kings Dominion will be building its best coaster yet. And I really feel like the area behind the Grizzly and Twisted Timbers is primed for a large scale coaster. And we already know that Kings Dominion has a Giga, but they don't have a hypercoaster. So just imagine a massive hypercoaster like Diamondback or something from Mock Rides be located back here. We would see the station as well as the maintenance area and the brake run be located where the old go-kart attraction used to be, right next to Grizzly, and the layout be extended into the woods beyond Grizzly and Twisted Timbers. What I really love about this idea is this large-scale coaster would really space out the park even better, because right now if you look at Kings Dominion, you really can tell that most of the coasters are on the left side of the park, and the right side of the park really only has Grizzly. So by adding a major coaster of this magnitude on this side of the park would really spread out the crowds nicely, not to mention make the skyline even more intriguing and give Kings Dominion some much needed floater airtime. As we know, we get the ejector from Project 305 and Twisted Timbers. So a hypercoaster from Mock Rides or B&M coming to Kings Dominion, I just think it makes the perfect sense for the park. And once you add a coaster like Rapterra, followed by a massive B&M or Mock Rides hypercoaster, Kings Dominion now is in conversation for a top 10, top 5 best coaster collection here in America. Overall, I really love Rapterra. I feel like this is a great investment for Kings Dominion, and I am extremely excited for the future of this park, and only good things are coming. I've always really enjoyed what Cedar Fair has done for this park the last 3 or 4 years. I feel like it's all stepping stones to what's to come in 2025, but most importantly, what's to come after 2025. Now, if you're planning a trip to Kings Dominion, then you have to check out my Kings Dominion Ultimate Guide. You can find the link for that video at the bottom of your screen, because I want you to have the best experience possible at Kings Dominion. With that being said, what are your thoughts on Rapterra, as well as my predictions for KD's future? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.